Ladies and gentlemen, the graduation ceremony for the Bangkok Patana School class of 2019 is about to begin. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit in case of an emergency. And also, please, could you check that your mobile phone is either switched off or in silent mode, please. Parents, guests, colleagues, and students, please be upstanding for the processional of the Foundation Board and the academic leadership team of Bangkok Patana School.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the processional of the graduating class of 2019.
thank you, Mr. Bean, and our wonderful, talented string students. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain upstanding for the Royal Thai Anthem, followed by the British National Anthem, sung today by Lily Wilson, 13T, and Joe Wood, 13V, accompanied by Ms. McRitchie.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our Queen.
Please be seated. And a big thank you to Lily and Joe. I think we should give them an applause now. Two of the most difficult songs to sing, and they did it from the heart. Well done. Thank you both. Very good afternoon. I can see some people just finding their seats, so I'm just going to let everybody get comfortable and find their seats before we get started. I know the traffic has been horrendous today, so thank you for most of you getting here on time. And welcome to Bangkok. Hopefully we've got seats for everyone. I must say that was a very quick start, Year 13 today, the fastest you've ever been, I think, for a class coming through, but it was lovely. You did very well. A very good afternoon, everyone, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the Bangkok Patana School Class of 2019 graduation ceremony. A special welcome to Dr. Ted Benang, who has been our Foundation Board Chairman for the past 14 years and long may that continue, Dr. Ted. Foundation board members, staff and teachers, parents, grandparents. No, a lot of grandparents have flown a long way to be here this afternoon. Brothers and sisters, relatives, friends, and especially the Year 13 class of 2019. It has been an absolute pleasure knowing this year's graduating class for 11 years. You are a cohort who offer a wide array of talents, are passionate about life, and are well known for your diligent dedication towards your academic studies. I must say you have been well led and supported by your head of year, Mrs. Claire Dale, who has built up a tremendous rapport with you over your secondary years. Let's give her a clap, shall we? I know she's got a beautiful speech to share with you a little bit later this afternoon. As a class, you have not only studied hard, but you have devoted your precious time into service, the environment, sports, music, drama, the visual arts, MUN, leadership projects, and the Gold Award, which we celebrated just a few days earlier. It's been an incredibly active and at times stressful year for all of you, but you have made it. You are about to proudly come up onto this stage and be acknowledged for reaching your full potential. Now, I wanted to find a real snappy, upbeat quote to share with you, Year 13. So what did I do? I went to Google and I put in my subject heading, Profound Graduation Quotes. And I struggled for a while, but I kept persevering. And I came up with this quote that I think you'll like. I certainly like it. It's by a famous New York businessman called Joe Plumery. And this is it. Year 13. You can Google for an answer. You can Google for a meal. You can Google for a career. But you can't Google to find what's in your heart. The passion that lifts you skyward. It has been an absolute pleasure to interact with you over the past 11 years, and I want to wish you all the very best as you move on to your university years. And I do hope your lives continue to flourish. Enjoy this day. You deserve it. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage our senior delegates, Coco, Sophie, Joe, Malachi, and Suyash, who will share some reflections with you. Thank you.
On behalf of the senior delegates, I would like to welcome families, friends, faculty, and of course, the class of 2019. Today marks the culmination of our childhood, of our time at Patana. Regardless of whether we've arrived here as toddlers in foundation stage or only recently as almost adults in senior studies, we have all been strengthened in the passionate flame that is Bangkok Patana School and its community. From the Year 2 sleepover, to the train ride to Chiang Mai, to the Year 12 TOK camp, from the primary musicals of Alice in Wonderland and Mulan, to the secondary production of Hairspray, from Phobesia to BISAC to CSAC sports, from the egg and spoon race to the aquathlons to house athletics, from the dance ECAs to the dance extravaganza, Patana has offered us incomparable opportunities to investigate and develop our interests. The surprises, successes, even sorrows we may have experienced here have molded us into individuals who are strong, yet malleable, courageous, yet compassionate, resolute, yet respectful. And as we graduate and venture into the next stage of our education and our lives, let us cherish our childhood adventures that have forged us into the individuals we are today. We've grown up in the past decade. Everything is different when you're a child. The buildings are bigger, the teachers are taller, the colors are brighter. A sandpit becomes a world of fathomless wonder. An unlit room, a dangerous trial to overcome. As a child, every new day seems to be more interesting than the last. This mindset may seem simplistic, but it enables children to embrace continuous animation and exploration. And as we move into our independent adult lives, we should strive to retain this childish outlook and find wonder and joy in every day of our future. Thank you.
Our time here at Patana, our youth, is defined by the friends we cherish, the mates we spend our days with, regardless of whether we've known them for the better part of a decade or a mere few months. The truth is that friends hold a special importance in all of our lives. These are the people who have your back during the ups and the downs, during the happy and not so happy moments. Having been part of the Patana community for over 14 years, I've had the opportunity to make many friends. Some have left and gone on their own paths, and some have made it to the end and are here with us today. As a cohort, during our time in Patana, we have all been blessed to make amazing friends for life. This is something that all of us should be proud of. Even though our time in Patana has come to an end, and the next chapter of our lives awaits us, I am eternally grateful for all of the memories we have created together. We, Grad 19, have all experienced the IB struggle. During our time in lessons, we have become more than just a group of friends. We've become more than classmates, but more like a group of friends who boost each other with laughter and support. Beyond the classroom, as a collective year group, we have been involved in diverse activities, from DAV expeditions to sporting competitions to art and drama achievements or to MUN conferences. All of these activities have united us and formed friendships like no other. We will never forget these moments and are now tigers for life. I'd like to end my speech by quoting Tennessee Williams, who says, "Life is partly what we make it, and partly what it is made by the friends we choose." Thank you.
On the 5th of April this year, our graduating class had its last academic lesson in school. Whether we've been at Patna since the very beginning or joined our community recently, that lesson marked the end of the 864,000 minutes continuously, that's 1.6 years, of being taught by our teachers at school. While that is the amount of time we spent in the classroom, at Patana, our learning and our teachers' teaching didn't abruptly stop when a lesson ended. From our never-ending musings of why this and why that in kindergarten to our questions about the workings of the universe, or who we are and what our place is in this world in IB, we were met with enriching explanations that we still draw from to this day. Thank you, IB, IGCSE, and Key Stage 3 teachers for encouraging us to ask questions and push the bounds of our knowledge and experiences, but also our kindergarten and primary teachers for giving us foundations with which to face our challenges. Thank you, teachers, for running extracurricular activities, for sharing with us your passions, helping us go beyond our comfort zones, and for advising us through the IB Creativity, Action, and Service program. A huge thank you to Mr. Burgess for leading our year group into and through year 7, and keeping us on track by telling us, hey, that's not cool, when our 11-year-old selves inevitably messed up. Mr. Hume, thank you for instilling within us your mantra, eat, sleep, revise, and repeat, that motivated us through our IGCSEs in year 11. Thank you, senior leadership team, for leading the way in our remarkable school. We're so grateful. Thank you to the Bangkok Patana Careers team for guiding every one of us through our decisions and planning for the future. Mr. Roth, thank you for championing us through the IB, and to all our tutors and support teachers for always looking out for us. From morning registrations and our weekly tutorials to being able to simply touch base with you at any time of the school day, you made Patana feel like home. I'm incredibly honored to thank Mrs. Dale, who has been our head of year since year 8, for her constant support and care for us all. It is evident in all that she does as our head of year, organizing our residentials, coordinating the tutorial program, and giving the year group direction, to name a few, that she goes above and beyond in everything she does. She's always been ready to hear our concerns, big or small, comfort us when things weren't going our way, and to go out of her way to make our year group a family. Mrs. Dale, Grad 19 thanks you for your dedication to the success and the well-being of our year group. It has been invaluable. We are so grateful to all the staff who work tirelessly behind the scenes, including our amazing 6-day staff, for making Patana run so smoothly and for ensuring our day-to-day is such a special celebration. We stand on the shoulders of giants, many of whom are in this room today, many of whom are now in other countries. You have enabled us to reach out to our dreams and mold the world around us. Yes, we have worked hard, and yes, we are proud of our achievements, but we will also be forever thankful to you, as it is your past decisions and actions that have enabled our current and future successes. Staff, teachers, mentors, you cannot be appreciated enough. We owe you all a huge debt of gratitude. Thank you so much.
According to the dictionary, a family is a group of individuals who share a legal or genetic bond living together in a household. Family is much more than this. Our families are anyone who has stood by our side through thick and thin, given us advice when we felt overwhelmed, and who is there to celebrate our successes alongside us. The last time I was standing on this stage, I was in year 6, performing in the musical Mulan Jr. I still remember my mom embarrassing me at the end of the performance with a large bouquet of flowers, much bigger than this one. But as I look back, I now understand she was so proud of me, she gave me flowers to show her love. So thanks, Mom, for that act of appreciation. That small token of appreciation was only one example of the many things that our parents have done for us. And to be honest, we don't thank them enough for the sacrifices they have made just for us to walk across this stage today and graduate from Bangkok Patana. Our parents have sacrificed their personal time to drive us to our first Key Stage 3 dance. They woke up at 4 a.m. to take us to the airport for our Year 9 residential. They have stood on the sidelines at sport matches. And for the last 2 years, during the IB, they have put up with our sleep-deprived mood swings. So to our parents, we say thank you for providing a home where we can talk about anything or hide in our rooms and have our own time. Thank you for being that second set of eyes when handing in that last science IA. Thank you for worrying so much about the smallest things and supporting us through college applications. But most importantly, thank you for teaching us not to make the same mistakes that you did, and for providing your undivided attention when we needed you the most. To our siblings, although we sometimes get upset with each other and find each other annoying, we truly, deep down, love you. Words cannot describe how much we will miss you when we leave next year. Thank you to our older siblings for giving us your support. Your slightly wiser perspective truly does mean a lot to us. Now, Many of us have different families, thanks to Bangkok Patana. Our sport teams, DOE and dance groups, MUN debate teams, the string quartet, the list goes on, and of course, our Grad 19 peers. You were all there for us when we needed that extra boost of confidence before submitting our EE or sitting an important exam. If it weren't for all our families, we wouldn't be the young men and women we are today. As street philosopher and American poet Kanye West once said, "The only luxury is time, the time you get to spend with your family." In a few short weeks, we'll be parting ways, beginning a new path at university, or taking a gap year and contemplating what we really want to achieve. So take a minute and look at the people seated around you. See your friends, teachers, parents, and siblings, and acknowledge that this is your family. Cherish the time you have with this family, because together, it is them who have put us here today. Thank you.
In the story of our lives, we are each the hero. For the last 18 years, we've been writing a coming-of-age classic, filled with school shenanigans and youthful outlooks. But right now, the next pages are blank, awaiting our new chapters to unfold. Leaving Patna, we become well-equipped to take on this adventure. Like the heroes before us, we're fitted with our armor of knowledge and trained to wield our individual powers. Perhaps your powers rely on your brains, or brawn, or charisma, or maybe your musical talent, unique ideas, or kind heart. Now is the time to go out there and use them, to take on new battles and rise to the occasion. Whether you change the world, or your story is more subtle, it is worth writing. Some of our stories might be dramatic, others calm. Our story arcs may rise with growing tension and plummet after unforeseen setbacks, the climax pivoting our lives into new paths, whether at age 20 or 30 or 75. But the next page in life will always remain blank, and you can choose what you write. They say the future is uncertain, but if it's your story, then why not write something great? Write your wildest dreams, your highest hopes, your seemingly impossible wishes. Make it a story that you yourself would want to read. We are each the hero in the story of our lives. Now is the time to write. Thank you.
Could we please invite Ms. Dale, head of Year 13, and Mr. Roth, IB coordinator, to the stage?
Wow. How to follow the delegates. I'm going to consult my learned friend, Dr. Zeus. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there, in the wide open air. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Whenever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say it, but sadly it's true that hang-ups and bang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left with the lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are that you'll be left in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're darked. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right or 3/4? Or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find. For a mind maker-upper to make up her mind, you can get so confused that you'll start into race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, for a most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting for a train to go or a bus to come or a plane to go, or the mail to come or the rain to go, or the phone to ring or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame, you'll be famous. As famous can be, the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't. Because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone, whether you like it or not. Alone will be something, you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hack and crack howls. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your trainers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with strange birds as you go. Be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kids, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Morcaddy, Ali, Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Mrs. Dale.
The first time I thought about standing here and delivering this speech was exactly 5 years ago. I was sat in one of those seats up there, watching the class of 2014 graduate, and I thought about you all. You were just reaching the end of year 8, and I'd been your head of year for almost 1 year. I remember wondering what you would all be like in 5 years' time. I felt a little tinge of excitement for when it would be our day. A bit like when you imagine a big milestone event in the future. You don't know what's going to happen to get you there, but you do know it's going to be really special in the end. Well, here we are. Time has flown, and it's hard to believe that those cheeky little year 8s that I once knew are the same stunning young men and women that are walking across this stage today. How to sum up an entire journey with you all? I've decided to use the analogy of a train journey. Now bear with me. I do spend a good amount of time these days watching Thomas the Tank Engine with my 2-year-old. Dearest Grad 19, all of you boarded our train at different times, some over 15 years ago with a paper-based ticket, carrying a backpack bigger than you, whilst others flashed in with a QR code on their iPhone just 2 short years ago. And many of you joined us at various stops in between. We packed ourselves into 8 carriages, 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 red, and 2 blue. It wasn't easy getting along with everyone in the beginning. There was a lot of noise and far too much bickering. The quiet and shy found it hard to find their seats amongst such bold and confident characters, such a big melting pot of personalities, all mixed together, with an extra large dose of teenage hormones thrown in for good measure. We were in for a bumpy ride. Well, we didn't know it back then, but further down the tracks, we would learn to embrace everyone, quirks and all. We would grow to care about each other so much that we would become like family. Everyone took on different roles on the Grad 19 Express. The conductors amongst you organised us and kept us in check. Some liked to be up in the driving seat, leading the way, creatively finding new routes to explore. It didn't go unnoticed that many of you quietly worked away in the background, keeping the wheels turning. It was clear from the start that some liked to travel in the style of a bullet train, fast-paced and going places, whilst others preferred the steady pace of a trusty, old-fashioned steam engine. However, we are all pulling in to the same station today. We met some unexpected obstacles along the way. Such as life, some of you had a rougher ride than the rest. When I think about what some of you have been through in your young lives so far, and seeing the amazing young people that you have become, I am in awe of you. The grit and resilience that you've acquired will help you face whatever the future holds. And the empathy that many of you have developed through supporting a friend in need will help you navigate your own life experiences in the future. On our epic adventure, some liked to ride dangerously and came off the tracks from time to time. We definitely lost a few of you along the way inside some dark tunnels. Oh my, some of them were long. And your parents and I wondered if you were ever going to come out and into the light again. But like the little engine that could, you never gave up. As with any great journey, we measure the milestones reached, but it's the people you travel with and the friendships that you make en route which make a journey special. So many of you have been first class all the way, smiling, loving life, helpful, hardworking, and most importantly of all, kind. You've been a pleasure to travel with, and thank you for making our days so much brighter just by being you. Thank you to all those who travelled the Grad 19 Express and got off along the way. Your amazing primary teachers who saw you through your formative years. Mr. Burgess, who set off with you as head of year in the secondary school, and Mr. Hume, who guided you through your GCSEs and the start of your IB years. To all of our brilliant secondary teachers and our alumni students who left for other schools and adventures but remember their time at BPS fondly. It's great to see some of you again today, and thanks for coming back for one last ride with us. A huge thank you goes to your dedicated and dependable tutors who have encouraged and championed you whilst not being afraid to give you some tough love when you needed it. They've stuck by your side through the ups and the downs, and I know how proud they are feeling today. To your parents, who waved you off on the platform each morning. They have supported, cajoled, begged, laughed, and cried with you. Thank you all for your never-ending support. I wish we could all stay on board and do it all over again. But we've reached the last stop, and it's time to get off now. But just before we do, I'd like to say that being your head of year for the last 6 years has been far more than just my job. You've been a big part of my life, and I feel thankful to have known every single one of you. I will treasure the memories we've made, and I wish you well for the new adventures that you are about to begin. Oh, the places you'll go. Now, always remember this. No matter how far away you travel, if you get yourself a bit lost, or just for no reason at all, there is always a train that comes back home. Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to invite Dr. Ted Bonin, and Chairman of the Foundation Board, and Mr. Matthew Mills, Head of School, to present the diplomas to the graduating class of 2019. I'd like to invite Miss Celine Karenk to the stage. Celine has been the tutor of 13C for an entire 7 years.
Good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to present the graduates of 13C, beginning with Naman Choudhary. Naman has attended Patana for 16 years. His favorite memory is going on dive trips with the Patana Marine Conservation Group. He will move to the US next year to study industrial and jewelry design at SCAD. Nathan Cohen. Joe has attended Bangkok Patana for 14 years. His proudest achievement is giving the graduation speech today. He will attend the University of Warwick next year to study business management. Amanda Edwards. Amanda has attended Patana for 14 years. Her favorite memory is attending the year 6 residential. Next year, Amanda is planning to study at the Royal Veterinary College in the UK. Mia Evrard. Mia has attended Patana for 5 years. Her fondest memories are going to residentials and being part of school productions. Next year, Mia will study arts and culture at Maastricht University in the Netherlands. Sophie Frappin-Boger. Sophie joined Patana 5 years ago. Her favorite memory is attending the biology trip last year. Sophie will move to Australia next year to study human anatomy at the University of Melbourne. Macaulay Golden. Mac joined Patana in 2014. His favorite memory is attending GCSE Design and Technology classes with Mr. Toms. Mac will move to Australia next year to study Design and Media Communication at Monash University. Patricia Hall. Patricia has been at Patana for 11 years. One of the highlights of her time here is participating in multiple sports teams and partaking in various sports competitions. Next year, Patricia will study a Bachelor of Science at the University of Calgary in Canada. Atiyut Kemkon. Krating has attended Patana for 13 years. One of his highlights during his time here is racing off to finish DOE silver kayaking with Naman. Next year, Krating will move to the US to study engineering at Santa Clara University. Prabhav Kumar. Prabhav has been with us for 15 years. His favorite memory at Patana is learning Welsh songs with Mr. Eastham in year 4. Next year, Prabhav will study mathematics at the University of Warwick. Avi Mehta. Avi has attended Patana for 7 years. One of his favorite memories at Patana is spending time with friends. Next year, Avi will attend Virginia Tech in the US to study computer science. Matthew O'Hearn. Matthew has been with us for 14 years. His favorite memory at Patana is experiencing a residential for the first time in year 3. Next year, Matthew will move to Canada to study commerce at the University of British Columbia. Nachaya Ramanath. Cream has been with us since nursery. Her fondest memory is attending residentials, especially the TOK trip. Next year, Cream will study at University College London. Tanadol Tanunmani. Ty joined Patana in K1. His favorite memory is volunteering at PNP last year. Tai will study mechanical engineering at Imperial College London. Luis Matias Velayo. Luis has been with us for 15 years. One of the highlights of his time at Patana is winning CSAC basketball in year 10. Next year, Luis will study engineering technology at KU Leuven in Belgium. And finally, Alexandra Williams. Alex joined Patana in year 5. Her favorite memory here is whale watching with her friends during a science trip in year 13. Alex will study international relations at the University of Nottingham in the UK next year.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13C. And next we have Nita Juice. Nita's tutor group is 13D, and she has been together with them for the last 3 years.
Hi everyone, it's my great pleasure to welcome 13D to the stage. Just before I do, I would like to also thank Scott Tooley, who was their tutor back in year 7 and 8, and William McAllister, who looked after them in year 9 and 10 and prepped them very well for me. The first person I would like to introduce to the stage is Philip Bergman. He started here at Patana back in year 7, and his proudest moment was captaining the varsity football team to win their first CSAC championship in 10 years. He intends to take a gap year in Canada next year. He's going to do some snowboarding instruction, and then he's going to study international business in the Netherlands. Next up is Lillian Byrne. Lily started Patana in year 10, and her favourite time at Patana was the Hungry Games activity during TOK residential, which I ran, so I'm very happy with that. And she's heading off to Queensland University of Technology, and she's going to study a Bachelor of Behavioural Science. Next up, we have Harper Cooper. He's also been here since year 7. His favourite time is doing the cycling ECA every Thursday. He loves cycling. And he's also going to join Lily at the Queensland University of Technology, where he hopes to study law. Next up, Alexandre Merlet. Alex has been here since year 6. He has no one favourite moment at Patana. Either the whole experience has been too memorable or he forgot to fill out the information sheet. Either way, it reflects how relaxed and optimistic he is about the world. He's going to go and study UK international relations at the University of Leicester. Next up, we have Huang Hoi Fan. Henry started Patana all the way back in year 3, and his best memories are just the friendships he's made at Patna, sitting around at lunchtime talking with friends about life and laughing about everything. And next year he's going to fill the halls of mathematics with laughter at the University of Warwick in the UK. Next, Ria Poonawala. She's been here all the way since K2, and she's proudest of just representing CSAC tennis teams and winning the title. She's going to be heading off to the University of College of London, where she's going to study information technology management. Malika Rane. Millie started Patna in year 9, and her favourite time was the last week, where she just loved dressing up with her friends and helping to organise the senior pranks. She looks a bit mischievous. She's going off to study the international business management at the Copenhagen Business School in Denmark. Jade Sadar Schneider. Lulu is our longest member of the Patna family, starting in nursery. His favourite moment was doing a dance aerobics performance at the International Awards dinner in year 10. I don't know if any of you saw that. He hopes to share some of these top dance moves with the Department of Biological Sciences at University College London next year. Tan Sri Prai. Tan started Patna in year 8. His favourite moment or proudest moment was finishing his extended essay in mathematics on time. And that's good because he's going to go to the University of Melbourne to study mathematics and physics. Sophie Stevens. She began Patna in year 5, and her favourite moments have been playing touch rugby with her friends. She's represented a lot of teams here. And she's going to be heading down under to Melbourne University, where she's going to be studying the Bachelor of Science. Sumeda Sudarshan. Sumeda started Patna in year 6. Like Millie, her favourite time was dressing up in the last few days of school and just having fun with her friends. She's going to be heading off to the University of Bath in the UK next year, where she will study international business. Pasut Sudlapa. Proud has been at Patna since year 1. His proudest achievement has been the co-president of Habitat for Humanity, where they build homes for people less fortunate. And this love of building has inspired him to study architecture at the University College London in the UK. Jitripat Tantipipatbong. Juno started Patna all the way back 13 years ago in K2. Her proudest achievement has been achieving the Silver International Award for Hiking in Hong Kong, and she's going to go off and study political science and philosophy at Brown University in the US. Pichaya Tositrakul. Mint started Patna back in year 8, and along with Millie, she had a great time in her final week dressing up with her friends. She's going to go off and study physics, specifically astronomy, at the University of Virginia in the US. Sita Watanavekin. Jeannie started here in year 1. And her favourite time have been all the residential trips where she just got to spend time with her friends outside of the classroom and visit all the different provinces of Thailand. She plans to stay in Thailand and she's going to attend Rangsit University to study medicine. And last but not least, she's been here a very long time, Kato Yonayama. Kato started Patana when she was a little bean in nursery, and she's a great basketball player, and her favourite memories have been representing CSAC and playing CSAC basketball for the last 2 years. She too is going to stay in Thailand, and she's going to be studying biological engineering at King Mongkut's Institute of Technology in Luang Prabang.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you 13D. I'd like to invite Mr. Rod Fountain to the stage. Rod has been the tutor of 13F for the last 5 years.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce the members of 13F. But before doing so, I'd like to thank their previous tutor, Miss Mia, for her guidance of the students throughout years 7 to 11. Nathaniel Avila. Nathan has been at Bangkok Patana for 5 years. His fondest memories are of being part of the Tiger Shark swimming team and leading and coaching the varsity and junior varsity water polo teams. Nathan will go on to study visual arts at Simon Fraser University in Canada. Gabriel Bassin. Gabby has been at Bangkok Patana for 10 years. His fondest memory is of accidentally getting locked in the bathroom with Ruben before their science exam in Year 11. He'll go on to study film at Arizona State University in the USA. Eli Cohen. Eli has been at Bangkok Patana for 13 years. His fondest memories are of the many residential trips. He will go on to complete his national service in Israel. Matthew Fry. Malachi has been at Bangkok Patana for 8 years. His fondest memory is of when the new fish arrived in the pond in Year 6 and of winning CSAC volleyball in Singapore. He will go on to study user experience design at Rochester Institute of Technology in New York. Emily Ramida Hagalauer. Emily has been at Bangkok Patana for 10 years. She'll go on to study business at McGill University in Canada, and her fondest memory is of the Year 6 residential to Chiang Mai on the overnight train, and of CSAC touch rugby and softball. Kieran Jagdeo. Kieran has been at Bangkok Patana for 6 years. His fondest memories are of the residentials, CSAC events, the Year 10 geography trip, and of course the experimental learning of the Year 12 physics trip to Dreamworld. He'll go on to study business at Western University in Canada. Ruben Quant. Ruben has been at Bangkok Patana for 10 years. His fondest memory is, like Gabby's, of being trapped in the bathroom just before a trial exam and of the lunchtime spent in the tutor base with his friends. He'll go on to study hospitality management at a hotel school in the Netherlands. Jinju Lee. Jinju has been at Bangkok Patana for 13 years. She'll go on to study fashion marketing and coordinating in Korea. Her fondest memories are of the silver and gold DOE trips and the dance extravaganzas. Angelica Lila. Angelica has been at Bangkok Patana for 9 years. Her fondest memories are of the silver DOE expedition in Hong Kong, spending time with her friends and being part of the sports teams. She'll go on to study nutritional science at the University of Vienna in Austria. Luke Mitchell. Luke has been at Bangkok Patana for 6 years. He'll go on to study ancient and medieval history at the University of Winchester in the UK. His fondest memories are of participation in the many activities offered by the school and the opportunity to develop new skills and friendships. Larissa Nantabiwat. Gloya's been at Bangkok Patana for 16 years. Her fondest memories are of the gold DOE expedition, going to the hot springs, staying with the locals, and of removing leeches during the final night. She'll go on to study management at the University of St Andrews in Scotland. Helene Nguyen. Helene has been at Bangkok Patana for 6 years. Her fondest memories are of eating pizza in her German class. Helene will go on to study international hospitality management at Les Roches in Switzerland. Anya Paupiemsap. Anya has been at Bangkok Patana for 5 years. Her fondest memories are of the Thai trip, silver DOE expedition to Hong Kong, but most of all, lunchtimes with her friends. She'll go on to study physics at the University of Oxford in the UK. Zara Poonawala. Zara has been at Bangkok Patana for 14 years. Her fondest memories are of the CSAC tennis competitions and the DOE bronze, silver and gold trips. She'll go on to study computer science at the University of California, Berkeley. Dina Rana. Dina has been at Bangkok Patana for 10 years. She'll go on to study media and screen studies at Northeastern in Boston. Her fondest memories are of being in Switzerland on the school ski trip. Muskan Shah. Muskan has been at Bangkok Patana for 13 years. Her fondest memories are of meeting and making new friends and of being crammed into a room after the silver DOE expedition to Hong Kong, eating tons of pizza. She'll go on to study fashion and textiles at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Jason Theodulu. Jason has been at Bangkok Patana for 13 years. He'll go on to do a short course in acting at LAMDA in the UK, and after that hopes to study acting at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. His fondest memories are of the many Bangkok Patana theatre productions that he's been a part of. Nalin Udomsak. Ning has been at Bangkok Patana for 12 years. Her Her fondest memories are of the Silver DOE expedition to Hong Kong, the geography trips, residential and lunchtime with her friends. She'll go on to study economics at the University of Washington in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13F. And now we have 13G and their tutor, Mr. Gabriel Henao. Gabo has been the tutor of 13G for the last 5 years.
Good afternoon. It feels good not to be dancing for change. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the graduates of 13G. But before doing so, I would like to thank Mr. McDevitt for his guidance to students in years 7 and 8, and to let him know that his legacy of music appreciation and bad jokes is alive and well. Let us start with Jessica Cumming. Jessica has been with us at Patana for 13 years. Her proudest achievement was completing all the OE levels, and her favorite memory has been participating in both gold kayaking trips. Jessica will move now to the UK next year to study biomedical science at the University of Manchester. Next up is Nikara Gibbs. Nikara joined Patana 2 years ago. As a senior student, her fondest memories are of playing with the volleyball team and being part of the prom organizing committee. After graduation, Nikara intends to pursue a degree in business administration at the University of Bath. Christine Jilin Huang. Christine has studied at Patana for 13 years. Her fondest memory has been training and competing for BPS in CSAC gymnastics, swimming, and cross-country throughout the years. After Patana, Christine will be studying at the College of Arts and Sciences at UCLA. Suyash Kotari. Suyash has been at Bangkok Patana for 14 years. His proudest moment at school has been to make a successful presentation for the Foundation Board on gender roles, pitching the idea that having less than a week of paternity leave and several months of maternity leave perpetuates stereotyped gender roles. After Patana, Suyash will go to the US to study engineering at Brown University. Sebastian Kuraz. Seb has been at Patana for 14 years. His fondest memory is the people, students and teachers, that he has gotten to know over the years in this very close-knit community we are. After graduation, he will go to Germany, where he will study business management and finance at the EU Business School, Munich. Sakun Tipaya Lotarakpong. Coco has been a student at Bangkok Patana for 14 years. Coco will always have a place in her memory for the school residential trips, CSAC gymnastics, and DOE expeditions. Next year, Coco will go to the UK to study philosophy, politics, and economics at the University of Oxford. Chana Jasmine Mahadamronkun. Jasmine has been at Patana for 5 years. Her proudest achievement has been in year 12, where she became a speaker at a TED Talk to raise awareness about aging population. Jasmine now will move to the US to join Emory University in Atlanta to study business and psychology. Karina Mendonça. Karina has studied at Bangkok Patana for 5 years. Her proudest achievement in school has been completing the DOE Bronze and Silver Expedition, and her fondest memories will be all the school trips throughout the years. After graduation, Karina will study a business management and hospitality degree at the Glion Institute of Higher Education in Switzerland. Rithwik Reddy Raghuram. Rithwik joined Patana 5 years ago. His proudest memory was stepping out of his comfort zone by taking part in the Indian Dance on International Day. Rithwik will now start a new chapter in the US where he will study mechanical engineering at Purdue University. Samuel Rajakaria. Dylan joined Patana 10 years ago. His best memories as a student come from his time spent at MUN, forming friendships and debating. After graduation, Dylan will go on an internship in Link Takers Kennedy's, an anti-human trafficking organization, and the United Nations before pursuing a university degree. Ella Rilichova. It's been 8 years since Ella joined us at Bangkok Patana. Her proudest memory and achievement has been all the friendships she has made through sport. Ella will now go to the Netherlands when she will join the NHL Stenden University of Applied Sciences to study international teacher education for primary schools. Benjamin Sanders. Ben has been with us at Patana for 6 years. Ben's proudest memory at Patana has been attempting to organize BPSMUN's conference in February. After graduation, Ben will travel to Australia to study at the University of Melbourne. Maya Najiri Smith. Maya has been at Bangkok Patana School for 13 years. Her fondest memory as a student has been teaching English at the Pomploy School with her close friends and building a relationship with the students and the school staff. Maya will go now to the United States where she will study international studies at the College of Wooster, Ohio. Puridet Tiratada. Hunter has been a student at Patana for 11 years. His fondest memory at school has been to consider once signing up for activities related to the Mercy Center. After graduation, Hunter plans to travel to the UK where he would like to pursue a mechanical engineer degree at Southampton University. Jonah Togana. Jonah has been a Patana student for 13 years, and his proudest achievement throughout school has been participating in CSAC tennis for 5 years and winning double champions in this category. After graduation, Jonah will continue his involvement with projects regarding tennis and pursuing his qualification in fitness here in Bangkok.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13G. That concludes the first half of our presentations. It's now my absolute pleasure to invite our Year 13 ensemble to the stage. They will be performing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Shoot down the plane. You'll take your couple of vodka and tonics to get you on your feet again. Maybe you'll get a replacement. There's plenty like me to be found.
Mongrels who ain't got a penny, sniffing for tidbits like you on the ground.
Wow, wasn't that magic? Woo! Grad 19 know how to have a good time. We'll now resume with the presentation of the diplomas to the graduating class of 2019. Could I kindly ask Dr. Ted and Mr. Mills back to the stage, please? Miss Annie Keane will now come onto the stage and introduce her tutor group. Annie has been the tutor of 13K for the last 4 years.
Good afternoon. It gives me enormous pleasure to introduce the members of 13K. Before doing so, I'd like to thank Mrs. Jen Peppard, who has flown over from the UK to see her students graduate. Jen's guided the students from Year 7 to Year 9. I'd also like to mention Ethan, who's flown over from the States to be with his classmates. Sugon Christiarun. Tony joined Patana in Year 8. His proudest moment was that of showing his acting skills during a Year 9 drama class when he burst into tears. Next year, Tony will either take a gap year or else go to Melbourne, Australia to study computer engineering. Armand Dogra. Armand has been at Patana since Year 8 also. He has had so many good memories, he struggled to find one, but his favourite was his weekly music lessons with Kundurayang for the last 5 years. I am delighted that Armand will be studying modern languages and culture next year at Durham in the UK. Nanita Stephanie Hardy. Nita arrived at Patana in 2005. Her best moment is Miss Keane talking as she walks across the stage to collect her diploma, and the big hug after the formal part of the ceremony. Nita will be going to Thammasat University to study dentistry. Shin Shihan. Harry has been at Patana for 10 years. His best moment was burning Emmett's shirt in a Year 7 science lesson. Harry is moving to Australia next year to study at either Melbourne or Monash. Connor Nititorn Kelly. Connor has been at Patana for 15 years. His favourite memory was playing dodgeball during drama lessons. Connor is going to Seattle University on an NCAA Division I golf scholarship to study economics. Melissa Lim. Melissa has been at Patana for 12 years. She has enjoyed participating in all the musical performances over the years, and most especially with the senior choir. Melissa plans to go to the University of Exeter in the UK to study economics and finance. See you in a bit. Anu Nemeta. Anu joined the tutor group in Year 10. He's most proud of completing the challenging yet unforgettable Duke of Edinburgh's Award at both silver and gold medal. Anu is planning to study mechanical engineering at the University of Bristol in the UK. Alessandro Miotto. Sandro has attended Patana for 11 years. His favourite moment was giving me the biggest hug ever after he broke the 100 metres record. Sandra will move to the UK next year to study physiotherapy at Brunel University. Anna Ratajczak. Anna has been at Patana for the past 8 years. Her highlights have been representing the school at touch rugby and volleyball and watching all the school musicals. Oh, I don't have any future plans for you. Anna is going to Switzerland for hotel management. Tanya Siamwala. Safi has attended Patana since year 9. One of her highlights was her work experience at a veterinary clinic where she was able to treat the sea turtles. Safi will move to the UK next year to study biomedical science at Imperial College London. Christopher Siddons. Chris has been at Patana since nursery. His proudest moment was when he was on the TOK camp in year 12. Chris will move to the UK next year to study accounting and finance at the University of Bath. Sonia Plow Steele. Sonia has attended Patana for 12 years. The highlight of her time at Patana was the ski trip and taking part in the brilliant production of Hairspray in Term 1 this year. Sonia will move to the UK next year to study criminology at Leicester University. Cherise Tan. Chris joined Patana in K2 and so has been here for 14 years. Her highlights are all the school trips she's been on, such as residential, and all the CSAC gymnastics trips, because this way she got to spend time with her friends and teammates. Chris is expected to move to the UCLA next year, where she hopes to study social sciences. Tan Eugene. Eugene joined Patana in 10K, and she's been a great help to me every single morning since. Her many highlights include joining the Tiger Dance Company, being a part of the cat clubs such as Project Star, Let's, and the Year 2 reading scheme, but what she's really enjoyed is laughing hysterically with all her classmates. Eugene hopes to study business management next year in either Bristol or Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13K. Joined by Miss Peppard, their old tutor. Isn't that lovely? I'd like to invite Mr. Sam Stewart to the stage. Sam's tutor is 13S, and he's been together with them for 6 years.
Good afternoon. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the graduating members of 13S. Before doing so, I'd like to offer my thanks to George Hume, who was their tutor in Year 7. Sayed Haroon Ahmad. Haroon has spent 5 years at Patana. He plans to continue his education at Monash University in Malaysia, where he'll study engineering. His favourite memory was watching Cool Runnings in Year 6 with the whole year group after finishing the exams. Devlin Chan. Devlin joined the school when he was 2. He intends to continue his studies at the University of Oregon in the United States, and one of Devlin's favourite memories was having one of his hiking boots fall apart midway through a Duke of Edinburgh expedition. Daniel Linsky. Daniel has been with us at Patana for 11 years. He plans to go to the UK to study business finance at the University of East Anglia. Daniel's main memory of his time at school will be the time spent standing in long lunch queues. Diego Folin. Diego joined Patana in Year 10. He is excited to be going to Bocconi University in Italy to study economics, management and finance. Diego will always remember the valuable time he spent hanging out and talking with his friends. Andrea Gabrielle Gachalian. Andy has been with us at Patana for the last 5 years. She'll be moving on to the UK to study acting at the Mount View Academy of Theatre Arts in London. Andy's favourite memory was playing the role of Liz Morden in the senior production of Our Country's Good. Alyssa Heberling. Sarah has been with us at Patana for 15 years. She intends to continue her education at Erasmus University in Rotterdam, where she'll study media and communications. Sarah will always remember the valuable time spent with her friends. She has fond memories of the Year 12 residential trip and of her work with Concordia Daycare Centre. Athena Internate. Athena has been with us since nursery. She'll be going on to study English literature at Haverford College in Pennsylvania. Athena will always remember being mistaken for a boy for the whole of Year 8. Seo Young Lim. Susie has been at Patana for 6 years. She intends to study media communications at Yonsei University in South Korea. Susie will always have fond memories of the Year 10 geography trip and of her involvement in the dance extravaganza. Vanya Malik. Vanya has been with us at Patana for 4 years. She plans to continue her education at University College London, where she'll study history, politics and economics. Vanya will always remember the residential trip she went on and particularly enjoyed the last week of school. Dhruv Mittal. Dhruv joined us at the beginning of Year 12. He'll be going on to study computer science at the University of Waterloo in Canada. Dhruv will always have good memories of lunches with his friends. Christina Marika Neville. Marika has been at Patana for 14 years. She intends to study biology at the University of British Columbia in Canada, and her favourite memory was filming videos and eating Skittles with her friends on the overnight train journey to Chiang Mai for the Year 6 residential. Pat Sorajord. DC has been at Patana for 15 years. He is looking forward to studying psychology at Purdue University in the United States. DC will always remember the time he spent with friends on Duke of Edinburgh trips, residentials and CSAC golf tournaments. Annika Napatabon Satabongkot. Nikki has been at Patana for 15 years. In addition to travelling, Nikki intends to gain some work experience over the next year helping to coach young dancers and skaters. Nikki's favourite memory is of performing in Hairspray, as well as the time she spent on the Year 9 residential trip to Chiang Mai. Beatrice Wongsangwan. Beatrice joined the school in Year 6. She plans to continue her education at Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts, where she'll study computer science. Beatrice will always value the time she spent with friends, raising awareness and money for Hub SciDec, which supports local children and teenagers in Bangkok. And finally, Matthew Woodward. Matthew has been at Patana for 12 years. He'll be moving on to the UK to study film production at the University for the Creative Arts. Matthew will never forget the time it rained on the first night of the Raw Door trip, when an electric pole caught fire and everyone gathered around it to sing Happy Birthday.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13S. I'd like to welcome Mrs. Lindsay Tyrrell to the stage. Lindsay has been the tutor of 13T since their first day of secondary school 7 years ago.
Good afternoon. I'm incredibly proud to present to you the graduates of 13T, beginning with James Ashford. James has attended Patana for 16 years. He is most proud of proving wrong those who doubted him. James plans to study human physiology at the University of Leeds in the UK. Vanessa Chobaibungid. Vanessa has been here for 8 years and will fondly remember the friendships formed at Patana. Vanessa will go on to study food science at Mahidol University here in Thailand. Suhui Gui. Joanne joined Patana 2 years ago. Her favourite memory is when all of Year 13 performed together in the assembly on their final day at school. Joanne plans to study psychology at Heriot-Watt University in Scotland. Tia Indran Venga. Tia has attended Patana for 14 years. Her favourite memory has been being a part of Miss Puttock's Puppers. Next year, Tia will continue her studies at the University of Melbourne, Australia. Nanan Indra Payung. Chopin has been at Patana for 16 years, and he is most proud of the lifelong friendships he has developed here. Chopin will now move to the US to study at Berklee College of Music. Sana Khan. Sana has attended Patana for 2 years. Her favourite memories are of spending time with her friends in senior studies. Sanai is planning to study psychology and business at the University of Edinburgh, Scotland. Alessandro Copablo. Alessandro joined Patana 5 years ago. His highlight is winning CSAC football this year with the best team he could have asked for. Alessandro will take a gap year to intern in Spain and China before going to the University of Toronto, Canada, where he will study communication, culture, information and technology. Jessica Montgomery Day. Jess has been at Patana for 15 years. Her favourite memory is kayaking around Phuket on the Gold Duke of Edinburgh expedition. Jess will move to the UK to study animal behaviour and welfare at Hartpury University. Nalinipa Robertson. Annie joined Patana 7 years ago. Her favourite memory is also of kayaking on the Gold Duke of Edinburgh expedition. Annie plans to take a gap year next year before moving to the US to study international relations and pre-law. Kaya Sharma. Kaya has attended Patana for 6 years. Her fondest memories are of spending lunchtimes in the library discussing books with her friends. Kaya plans to study biology at Dalhousie University in Canada. Adam Verd. Adam has been at Patana for 2 years. He is most proud of training, competing and being part of multiple BPS sports teams. Adam plans to attend the University of Portsmouth in the UK to study marine biology. Sylvia Pemmica Wilson. Lily has attended Patana for 15 years. Her favourite memories come from all the residential trips and being involved in the music scene here at Patana. Lily plans to study law at Durham University in the UK. Benedict Wynyard. Ben has attended Patana for 14 years. His favourite memory is of the Year 10 geography trip. Ben will move to the UK and plans to study business management at the University of Bath. Yuqing Wu. Yuqing has been at Patana for 16 years. Her proudest achievement was representing BPS at the Southeast Asian Mathematics Competition. Yuqing plans to study physics with theoretical physics at Imperial College, London. Shifeng Xu. Shifeng joined Patana 3 years ago. His favourite memories come from break times, lunch times, and home times. Shifeng plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to study chemical engineering. And our final graduate from 13T is Nathat Yusuksambun. Tang Tang has attended Patana for 15 years. His favourite memory is of whitewater rafting on the Year 9 residential. Tang Tang will take a gap year before applying to study medicine here in Thailand.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you 13T. And now for our final tutor group of Grad 19, introducing Virginie Turner. Virginie has been the tutor of 13V for the last 4 years.
Sorry, searching through past speeches. I'm sorry, I'm looking through my speech. Thank you. Good afternoon, sorry about that. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the members of 13V. Before doing so, I would like to thank Ms. Collins for her guidance of the students from Year 7 to Year 10. Jack Adams. Jack has attended Patana since Year 9. His favorite memory is making a group of friends that he will have for life. Jack is going to the University of West London to study aviation management with a commercial pilot's license. Way downstairs. Jasmina Barron. Jasmina has attended Patana since Year 6. Her favorite memory at Patana is being able to bring home a CSAC champion trophy after 7 years. Jasmina is planning to go to the UK to study law. Fong San Chan. Joseph has attended Patana for 5 years. His favorite memory is of the courage he found to speak in public in Year 9 and the confidence Mr. Walsh gave him. Joseph plans to study computer science in the UK. Eloise Clark. Eloise has been at Patana for 2 years. Her favorite memory is of the biology trip in Year 13. Eloise now plans to study biomedical sciences at UCD in Ireland. Kent Dante. Kent has attended Patana for 5 years. His favorite memories are of representing Bangkok Patana in basketball and volleyball. Kent plans to study geography in Canada. Anil Dharmasiri. Anil has attended Patana for 11 years. His favorite memory is spending time with friends. Anil is planning to go to the University of Melbourne to study biomedical engineering. Nasha Diskell. Nook has attended Patana for 16 years. Her favorite memories of residential and international day. Nook is going to Parsons School of Design in New York to study interior design. Elizabeth Flint Smith. Betsy has attended Patana for 16 years. Her favorite memory is of all the productions she's been in, particularly being the witch in Grim Tales, as well as being part of school cat clubs. Betsy will now move to the UK, where she will study applied social science at the University of York. Kevin Xie. Kevin has attended Patana since nursery. His favorite memory is running to the basketball court every day at 12:15 to play with friends. Kevin is going to attend Mahidol University in Bangkok to study medicine. Joshua Law. Joshua has attended Patana since K2. His favorite memory is spending time with his friends. Joshua plans to move to Australia to study for a Bachelor of Psychological Science at the University of Melbourne. Alexander McKinnon. Alex has attended Patana since year 1. His favorite memory is of the last CSAC rugby game at Tanglin. Alex will move to Scotland, where he will study history and business and management at the University of Glasgow. Anushka Seni. Anushka has been at Patana since year 2. Her favorite memory is of all the residentials and school trips that she's been on, especially the year 12 physics trip and the year 9 residential. Anushka is moving to Canada, where she will study computer science at the University of Toronto. Rohan Shanbag. Rohan has attended Patana for 7 years. His favorite memory is completing all 3 Duke of Edinburgh International Awards. Rohan will now move to the USA, where he will study chemical engineering at the University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. Cassandra Teagan. Cassie has been at Patana for 13 years. Her favorite memory are the residentials she's been on each year, as she could spend a lot of time with her closest friends. The year 6 and year 9 residentials were probably the highlights. Cassie is moving to the UK, where she will study psychological and behavioural science at the London School of Economics and Political Science. Mo Myin Lin. Mo has attended Patana since year 7. His favorite memory from school are the occasional breaks during chemistry. Mo is planning to take a gap year. And finally, Joseph Wood. Joe has attended Patana since year 8. His favorite memory is participating in all the plays, musicals, and yearly concerts at Patana. He particularly enjoyed being part of an ensemble and growing with a group of friends. Joe is going to study acting at East 15 in London.
Ladies and gentlemen, 13V. Okay, thank you, Dr. Ted and Mr. Mills, for presenting our graduates with their diplomas today. And congratulations, Grad 19, you did it! I'd now like to ask Mr. Mick Smith, Principal of the Secondary School and a very proud dad of one of our graduates today, to share his closing remarks.
Wow, there's so many papers here. Okay. graduates of 2019, family members, guests and colleagues. Before I begin my closing remarks, and before the sweepstake on how long I take begins, I would like to thank a number of people for making today so memorable for you. The theatre is a stunning venue for such an auspicious occasion, and my sincere thanks go to the army of support staff who've arranged a beautiful setup here and that you'll see in the sports hall later. Thanks also to our catering, sound and lighting, ICT and marketing teams, the secondary office staff and the Year 13 tutors. Special thanks to Lorna Conroy, her first Patana graduation, and Head of Year 13, Claire Dale, for their meticulous planning and coordination from start to finish. Sincere thanks also to Alec Bean, Laura McRitchie, all of our talented musicians, and to our senior delegates who, in addition to graduating themselves, had that extra pressure of delivering their fantastic speeches too. Thank you all very much indeed. I'm sometimes asked not to make my speeches too political. I'll try, but there's so much to talk about. Possible impeachment, the shadow of the right growing across Europe, still no bloody Brexit, and it's early June, or as we say in the UK, it's the end of May. Yeah, bit of politics. Congratulations, graduates. You've made it through the fiendishly difficult IB. Whatever life throws at you now, you can handle it. University will be nothing more than a gentle breeze softly brushing your cheek on a summer's day compared to high levels, EEs and IOCs. This is a momentous day for you and for your parents too. In 2017, I stood here also not only as principal, but as father to Annie. My wife Sally and I, like your mums and dads, today held our breath, hoping she wouldn't trip in her heels or the clumsy boy behind wouldn't tread on her dress. Now Annie's watched her little sister Betsy graduate, and I'm sure she held her breath too until she was safely back in her seat. Today, your parents aren't really sure how to feel. They are proud, excited, happy, relieved, perhaps even amazed, but mostly just so proud. They've seen you tussle with the final exams, struggle with the tremendous challenge of seniors, and have wished away your pain for you. But actually, they've been preparing for this day for your whole life. The moment you walked across this stage, out of Patana and into your future. Independent, except financially. So forgive them if they also look a little sad today and overwhelmed. As the most exciting part of your lives begin, the most rewarding part of ours so far is ending. What will we do? Don't feel too bad. When we stop crying, we are going to party like only middle-aged empty nesters can party. So, how has it been guiding you through toddlerdom, childhood, adolescence? You all have personal special memories of childhood. If you've been at Patana a long time, many of them were made here. School plays from Grumpy Sheep to Hairspray, Pirate Day, going on a bear hunt, residentials. I remember Muskan being upset leaving her mum on the Year 3 resi. Now, Muskan hip-hops expertly at the dance extravaganza. I recall seeing many of you as 5 or 6-year-olds at birthday parties, and later as excited but nervous Year 7s. I recall Devlin stomping around, terrifying everyone as the beast in Grimm's Tales. I also remember Miss Dale and I explaining the school values to some of you in my office in Year 8 and Year 9, Year 12. I see you now as strong, principled, fine young women and men moving confidently on. 2 years ago, I saluted mums. In most families, whether they have other full-time jobs or not, mums still do most of the parenting. They're better listeners, offer better advice, are generally more sympathetic, they're less judgmental. They enjoy talking to you even when football's on. They encourage you to make good choices, to be kind, to support your friends, and to get your teachers gifts at the end of each year. They know when you need a hug. They know what spilling the tea means. They love you, and they will fight like lions to protect you. Us fathers have a smaller, more defined skill set. I'm really good at taking my daughters to Swenson's for ice cream, or Yogurtland if we're trying to be good. I encourage late-night TV. I'm excellent at roasting them for for their abysmal taste in reality TV shows. I insist that a diet of British TV, including The Andrew Marr Show, bit of politics, All Cricket, OBS, and Bargain Hunt, a real student favourite, are all that you'll really need to watch in adult life. We drive you around too, listening to you chatting with friends in Bangkok traffic. Mr. Burgess liked this next analogy last time, so here it is again. I said that dads can mark the passage of time by watching you in the rearview mirror as we drive. You grew taller, so now we can more easily see you roll your eyes at our music or our ignorance of the latest YouTuber. When your friends are with you, we've recognized your desperate, please don't embarrass me, dad eyes. Driving to school now, we sense your childhood receding backwards in the mirror with the landscape of the Bangla Trad. Time is more precious, but we can't stop the car, and we don't like thinking about next year. This is why your parents might seem a little bit sad as well as proud today. Sometimes they might sit in your room for a bit next year when you're not there too. It's okay, we're ready, just about. We know that as we look backwards, you're looking forwards to the future. Bring it on. Give your mum and dad a big hug when you see them in a few minutes. As a school, we enter into a partnership with your parents. Together we try to help you become as perfect a human as you possibly can be by graduation. This can be challenging. We're not miracle workers. However, with Grad 29, no problem. Sorry, Grad 2019. 2029 will be even better. You are incredibly fortunate to have been taught by some of the best teachers in the world in the very best school in the world. And so whatever you do next, you've been superbly prepared. Because universities force you to demonstrate proficiency in physics, Mandarin or art for admission, it seems that's what's most important in school. But this isn't true. What's more valuable is time spent learning what being a good human is all about. How to navigate your life successfully, productively and generously. If you've been here long enough, you'll know this informal curriculum as the golden rules, our values, the IB Learner Profile and the guiding statements values. There's no opportunity to gain a level 7 in kindness and compassion or in resourcefulness and resilience. No exam to demonstrate your motivation and engagement. No bonus points for integrity or commitment to improve global sustainability. But these are the attributes that your parents and school hold most dearly. This builds on over many years, overtly in tutorials on relationships, bullying, prejudice, or more subtly, in a choice of novel raising questions of inclusion or otherness, in D&T designing for children less able-bodied than you are, in world languages using Spanish to examine childhood in Manila or Caracas. Always we've asked you to think, to reflect, to critically analyse, to empathise, to communicate your findings confidently and clearly. As you've grown, you've turned the tables, challenging us, for example, on our green credentials, encouraging us to be more sustainable. You've shown compassion and dedication in your cat clubs. You've pushed us on gender and sexuality. In your continued passion for sport, debate, DOE and the arts, you've shown that you can be balanced and fulfilled even during IB. Now we work alongside you and learn as much from you as you do from us. Excuse me. The possibilities for you graduates are endless. Just think how much technology has progressed in your own lives. Where will it go next? How will you adapt, keep learning, stay relevant? With opportunity comes challenge. Politics alert. Technology brings so much more opportunity for collaboration and new ways of thinking. Global problems clearly require innovative global solutions. You know this, but many current leaders are retreating into isolated, entrenched positions, using an outdated 20th century paradigm. Instead of collaboration, we see calls for country-first politics and responses to worldwide crises. Britain, Italy, Germany, France, Denmark, Finland, Austria all have growing populist right-wing groups. These groups appeal to and stoke people's fears. They present complex issues as simple binary choices, yes or no, right or wrong, with us or with them. In Europe, migrants and refugees are seen as largely the same thing and are fueling nationalistic, xenophobic agendas. A similar situation exists in the US. This is also symptomatic of suspicion of existing systems, that they aren't meeting the needs of the people anymore. In America, President Trump takes advantage of this. He simply avoids Congress wherever possible. He shapes and garners opinion on Twitter, with instant access to millions of Americans. In Britain, people are so fed up with paralysis in Parliament, the refusal to put country before party, that they're listening to politicians who promise to act and take back control. Next week, Donald Trump and wannabe Prime Minister Boris Johnson may look to cement their Doris bromance over a chat with their pet pit bull, Nigel Farage. I may disagree with their views, but they do understand people want resolution on key issues. Their messages are popular, but they're divisive rather than inclusive. I may exaggerate, but the deliberate polarization of highly developed societies has echoes of the 1930s. I was astonished to hear Angela Merkel, German Chancellor, say this week that Jewish schools in Germany are still guarded by police. Here in Thailand, there's continued frustration around what kind of government should rule and where its priorities will lie. People here want to be listened to too. What has this got to do with you? Do I expect you to become politicians, global leaders, change the world by 30? Maybe. You are the future. You have responsibilities. We haven't raised you to be passive. You've received an amazing education. Use it. Be positive. Make a difference wherever you can. University, business, your community. You're not inward-looking. You're genuine global citizens who appreciate difference, understand the value of collaboration, and who have the skills to make it happen. You're creative, reflective, resilient, and innovative. You can come up with new ideas, new ways of organizing, of addressing problems more equitably and effectively. I hope you will challenge divisiveness and hate when you encounter it outside Patana, as you will. How you live your adult lives is what we and your parents have really been working on all these years. There are role models out there where orthodox thinking has been challenged, where clarity, passion, commitment, and integrity have made others sit up and take notice. Greta Thunberg, a 16-year-old student activist from Sweden. At first I was skeptical. She was simplifying climate change. She berated parliaments across Europe for doing nothing, spoiling the world for her generation. Is she exaggerating, I thought? She's just a kid. She hasn't even done the IB. Then I asked myself if I would be more willing to listen if she was one of you, and I listened. In her eyes, we have done nothing because we haven't done anywhere near enough. Again, a simple message, but accurate and powerful. Governments argue complexity, multiple factors at play, but acting slowly may not be good enough anymore. Maybe there isn't time. She said, you don't listen to the science because you're only interested in solutions that will enable you to carry on like before. She kept repeating, is my microphone on? Can you hear me? I wonder because you're not listening. She is inspirational, but so are you, Grad 19. Her appeal is also for action, but through unity, collaboration, and resilience. She doesn't have the answers, but she does ask the questions. Jacinda Ardern gained global attention as Prime Minister of New Zealand at just 37. That's really young, graduates. In New Zealand, the public saw her as someone authentic, with a clear vision, compassionate and inclusive. She too has acted quickly, but to unite rather than to divide. When the terrible terror attack on mosques in Christchurch took place, she immediately did two things. She wore a headscarf when meeting with mourning Muslim women, and she encouraged others to do the same. She received acclaim for this act of unity and empathy, but also criticism from some Muslim women's groups elsewhere fighting to remove the hijab, seen as a symbol of repression. Being a moral leader isn't easy, but she showed that her leadership was driven by strong values of community, unity, and love. Then she banned semi-automatic weapons, just like that, acting decisively on clear principles. Jacinda Ardern is changing her country for the better. Graduates, we are so proud of you, and we expect a great deal from you. There will always be challenges, but you will be ready. The world will be infinitely richer for your presence. Sophie spoke about you being the hero in your own stories. Be heroic, be inspirational, make the world a better place. Congratulations and good luck to the graduating class of 2019. Will you all please stand for the recessional of the graduating class of 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the graduating class of 2019. Just a few notes to let you know that dinner will start in the sports hall at 7 p.m. Once all your guests have arrived, please get started with your meal. Before then, you have time for a drink or three in either the foyer or the exhibition hall here. And also to let you know that You Smile photographers will be in Court 1 from 6:30 to 9:30. As you make your way out, please remember all of your belongings. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.